stock just went up, Golden Boy.
Hello, and welcome back to the Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Big up to everybody who is tuned in already in the chat. Big up to everybody who is watching on the replay. Welcome to the Football Corner. I am your host, Saad, and today I am joined by T for another preview. Arsenal, big up, man. Big up. Arsenal are back. We're back talking about Arsenal. We have an important game and a very important game on the horizon for us tomorrow. Early kickoff. It will be a 12:30 kickoff. So, T, what are your thoughts on the season as a whole? So far. What's your thoughts on the season? Let's get through that first, and then we'll go through it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been it's a little bit anticlimactic. It's not like I've wished it to go. I didn't expect us to be in fourth place in the January transfer window. But hey, it's not over yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings. And I just can sit and hope. I just hope that we can bounce back against Crystal Palace. You know, just pick up our form again. Players that are not scoring, I hope they will score again. You know, it's just. I hope the 2-week break did wonders to these guys, because we ended off really bad. I think that was our worst form that we were having in 2 years. So I hope that this 2-week break did wonders to them, and they can pick up their form again and go back to business, man. Because like I said, it's been anticlimactic. I didn't expect us to be fourth. I expected us to be at least second or first or something, you know. Yeah. With the way we were going, I expected that, but hey, it ended up in 1-7 or something. The last 7 games. So it didn't go as I expected, to say the least.
Yeah, listen, I echo. Firstly, let me say big up to Hugo. And okay, I don't know what happened there.
You're
big up to Hugo. I don't know what happened there for a hot second. It just went off. Big up to Hugo. Hugo said, "I think we draw 2-2. I don't think at the moment we have the I don't think we have the space in order for us to, you know what I mean? We're leaving ourselves very tight. If we draw this game, this is a must-win game, man. This is a must-win game for us. I'll be totally honest with you, man. We can't go ahead and draw this game. I don't think it's a game that we can draw, bro. So if you think we're gonna draw 2-2, I don't think that's the best result for me personally. My thoughts on the season, to be honest, so far. Listen, I tried to say it yesterday, but you know, Staffy gets in a mood. Yeah, you know, it happens, bro. It happens. But listen, I think my look on to the season is very simple. We have control of games. We are the ones that control the game in regards to holding majority of the possession. We have possession within the final third. Yeah, we've only just started creating chances, only just. Um, but it's the same old story. We're not putting the chances away. We are not putting the chances away. Um, Listen, it's a whole bunch of things, man, that all come together and literally become one. Do you know what I mean? It goes from Havertz being in the midfield. It goes from Martinelli being really bad this season. It goes
Hmm.
from certain players not picking up their or doing the heavy lifting on their side. Jesus has been below par this season. Do you know what I mean? So I
Hmm.
think listen, at the end of the day, bro, at the end of the day, if I'm looking at this season so far, um I don't think it's gone as well as I would have hoped. It's not gone as well as I would have hoped. Um yeah, I'm just not happy with how we've been playing when it comes to being in the final third. Like I'm fine with having control and not conceding as much, but that is a Man City type of way of playing. And sometimes Man City are the only team that can do that because
Hmm.
they have players constantly moving on the pitch. Whenever we play and whenever we've got control of the game, whenever we're having majority of the possession, we're doing sideways passes. Players are not moving enough around the pitch, so we can't play how City play. You can't. You will see if you look at City and you compare a game from us to a game with City, you see how Alvarez moves, how Grealish moves, how
Hmm.
Doku moves. You know what I mean? Bernardo Silva. You see how these guys move and get into positions where they can score. Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
pass, and while they're passing, their players move around to make some sort of a gap. For us, we don't move enough. We're very static in our attack. We're very static in our midfield. Saka, although Saka's getting GA, not taking on his man, not taking on his man at all. Um, to be honest, but let me just get into some of these comments. Zayn saying 2-0 to Arsenal. It could get sticky if you man don't score first.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, listen, Crystal Palace. If I'm being real, we should be beating them. They should be a team that give us no issues, and we will get into the whole game and what our thoughts are on the game in itself. But yeah, listen, 2-0. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be 2-0 scoreline as well. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that later on. Achi saying, is Smith Rowe not good enough to start? Fitness question mark. Um, with the whole and I'll pass this question also over to T in a second. But with the whole Smith Rowe situation, um, for me, I look at it in two ways. One way is a lot of people are coming out or I look at it from, or I see two different opinions that are circulating around about Emil Smith Rowe. Yeah. One of them is the one that I follow, which I think the manager doesn't trust him. The manager just does not trust him. Yeah, and that is the train of thought that I follow. That I just think that the manager doesn't want him to be in the team. The manager doesn't want to play him. He gives him the most limited minutes ever. Brings him on around the 79th from 80th minute, often at times. I don't know what a player's supposed to do in 10 minutes in a game of football. And there's also another thought process that's going within the fan base where people are saying that he's injury prone, he can't stay fit. This is really a lie because yes, he has had a groin problem. Yeah. Now, that groin problem, he went and got the surgery. They were putting off the surgery. They were putting it off, putting it off. Eventually, he said, okay, I need to go and get the surgery. So he got the surgery on his groin, and the groin problem is now sorted. When he came back, he had a slight issue with his knee, which is normal for any player. Whenever you have a long term injury, and you come back, if you get injured straight away, that's very normal in the game of football. It's very normal for it to happen because a player would normally come back, they get into the intense training, they get into playing again and doing intense training every single day, and it happens. They're maybe their muscles are just not used to it again. Do you know what I mean? They're not used to being in that position again and again and again. So for me, I'll be so honest with you guys. This whole Emma Smith Rowe thing is crazy. It's a fallacy that he's injury prone because he's not. He just, when he came back and he got the slight issue with his knee, people automatically put him in that thing, saying he's injury prone, he's this and he's that. Yeah, he's not, in my opinion. Listen, for that question, is Smith Rowe not good enough to start? I think he is good enough to start, Akhi. I really think he's good enough to start. Okay, I think he's good enough to be in that midfield with us. I think he should be tried in that number 8 position. He should be tried in that number 8 position because he's able to pass the ball forward. He can find a pass to Martinelli. Him and Martinelli, I think, would actually do very good at it as a duo, and work well together. But that's just one of the things for me at the moment with this whole ESR situation. T, I don't know if you want to say anything about ESR and the whole situation.
Well, I think it's more than an injury issue because I don't agree with the fact that he is injury prone per se. Because last season when he got injured, he played, I think, like 12, 13 games. So last season was his injury season, quote unquote. But the season before that, he played 37 games. So
Exactly.
in all competitions. So this guy is not that injury prone. I think that part of the conversation is really blown out of proportion. I think it's a situation like Pepe. Excuse me. I think it's a situation like Pepe. The player is good enough to be at this club, even if he's a bench player at this moment. If we need to bench a 72 million player, so be it. In Pepe, and he was good enough to be at Arsenal. He was good enough to be the backup of Saka. But if Arteta writes you off, you're just finished. And
Yeah.
he says things like, "Oh, he is important. He's doing well at training. He's gonna get his minutes because the trajectory, blah blah blah, buzzwords is going good." Those kinds of things he said. But the proof is telling us otherwise because you said
Mm.
75th, 80th minute, bro. I think you're generous. He's coming on at
Yeah.
88th, 89th minute. So it's a
Yeah.
situation of Arteta maybe being done with the player or not rating
Yeah.
him as much, even though I think he was one of our better players and made Arteta's football look so good before everyone came to Arsenal.
Mm.
Um, so he clearly showed that he is a player that can do a job, but I think it's an issue of Arteta just being stubborn and giving even players like El Neni more
Mm.
minutes than him. Because even in the European game, he started El Neni, and sometimes he just puts El Neni in situations where I think, okay, you can put Emil Smith Rowe here.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that. He just gives random players before, for example, before Fabio Vieira got injured, he got always put on before ESR, and
Yeah. Exactly.
Havertz is always getting the best treatment out of all of them. Even though, for example, Havertz was suspended, we played good football, and who returned back into the team like it was nothing? Havertz. He doesn't want to bench Havertz. So if these players gets played before him, and if Arteta rates these players more than ESR, what can a player like ESR do? Because I think the injury conversation is just a way to keep people busy. He is not that injury prone. He is good enough,
Hmm.
but Arteta just is being stubborn and doesn't rate him as much as we think he does. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, listen, I completely agree, man. I completely agree. I think Arteta at the moment is being stubborn, and just isn't playing him for some weird reason, whether he doesn't rate him, whether he wants to keep him around for, I don't know, just in case somebody happens to go out and he's the last resort. But yeah, listen, for me, it's just it's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, guys, make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure you're smashing that like button for me. We are on 6 likes at the moment. So if you can get that up, I'm trying to hit a like target today of 25 likes. So if you can get me to 25 likes, I will appreciate it very much, people. Make sure you're smashing the like button, please, for me. Now, Arsenal for life saying, I think like ESR will score for us against Crystal Palace and hopefully not get injured because I need him to stay fit, please. Yeah, listen, if ESR gets a chance to play, then he might score. But right now, he's not getting the chance. He's not getting the chance to play. He's not getting the chance to really put himself out there. Do you know what I mean? To put himself out there and put his skills out there. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, for me, I don't see him playing. I don't see Arteta starting him from what I've seen this whole season. Yeah, it's great, Arteta. This is great about Arteta coming out in the presser and saying he's important to my system. I love the player. Emil is Emil. He's hardworking. This, that. It's all bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It is all bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him say this countless amounts of times, and he said it countless amounts of times, and still does not play ESR. Still does not play him. And when he does play him, he brings him on for ridiculously short minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Barely any. Like a handful of minutes. What is he supposed to do with that? So hopefully he does play. Hopefully he does score. But moving on. Ozan saying big up the man Sard. Big up Ozan. Big up in the building. Big up my brother. Hopefully you're all good. Hugo saying he's made for that 8 role. 100%. 100%. The only thing I get worried about ESR is defensively, whether he can handle the 8 role defensively. Just because I don't think he goes back as much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But going forward, I think he's amazing for that number 8 role, to be honest. So yeah. But T, moving on. Let me know what your thoughts are on Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, the opponent that we are coming up against tomorrow, in fact. Yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are on the opponent, man.
They don't do bad away from home against big sides. I think they only lost like one game against the big side, I think, if I remember correctly. And that was, I think, away. But their home record is shocking, but away record is a little bit different. They seem to play better against big sides sometimes. And they also drew against City. So they can do something if they really want to, but they don't have Olise, they don't have Jordan Ayew, and even though Jordan Ayew is not the best player per se, he could be important for them, and so is Olise, because Olise is their best player in my opinion, and they don't have them. So in a park the bus sense, a low block sense, I think they will do really good. I think it will be a tough game for us to break that low block. But in an attacking sense, they've lost like 2 really important players for their attack, and yeah, I think we should deal with them. I think we have enough quality, even though we also have absent players. I think we have enough quality to stop their attack because of their lack of quality, and yeah, in an attacking sense, we need to find a way to break the low block, man. We don't score as much lately, so this would be the perfect game to break that mental hurdle and go over the hurdle and start scoring against low blocks again. Because I think we're doing a really bad job against low blocks in the last few games, and yeah, Crystal Palace have really good quality when it comes to having low block, so we will see. I'm not gonna talk trash right now because I'm not in the situation to be confident, because this team has let me down in games where I was confident. So I'm not as confident this game. I just need these guys to prove me wrong this game, and start breaking low blocks again instead of having 30 attempts with no goals.
Yeah, no, listen, 100%. Listen, I agree with a lot of what you said there. Just quickly, if we just have a look at the last 5 games, if we look at the last 5 games for Crystal Palace, we look at them. They lost in the FA Cup. Well, actually, we won't involve the FA Cup. Okay, let's just go to the last 5 games that they played in the Premier League. So they played Brentford at home and managed to win that game. Then we see here they played Chelsea away and lost 2-1. Then they played at home to Brighton, where they drew 1-1. They played Manchester City, where they drew 2-2, and that was away. That was an away game where they got a draw.
Yeah.
They lost at home to Liverpool 2-1, which we saw that game with the whole penalty incident and all that.
Yes.
And then they lost at home to Bournemouth. Now, realistically, I think they're missing Elise right now. They're missing Elise, which is a key factor to us actually trying to get this win. I'll be real with you, because Elise is a danger man for them. Elise is a big danger man for them. He's the one who's doing a lot. Eze is still available, which is obviously a danger to the team as well, because I rate Eze. I think he's very good.
Yes.
But listen, this game for me, it has to be a win. It has to be a win. We can't go into this game thinking it's gonna be a walk in the park. We have to go into this game thinking it's a serious game. Yeah, it's Premier League. So we got to go into this thinking like, bro, we got to have a game face on. We got to be killers. It's as simple as that. We have to finish our chances. That's one thing that's very key to Arsenal. We need to finish our chances. We don't finish our chances, we're in big trouble. If we have taken this long break where we've gone to Dubai, we've gone and done the training sessions in Dubai in the hot country, and we've come back and we're still missing chances, we are in serious trouble, people. We are in serious trouble, because if they have done this and they've gone and had this whole break and they're still missing chances, it's not going to be looking good for us for the rest of the season, because I genuinely don't see how they're going to score goals if their confidence is still low after all of these training sessions that they've had. They had 14 days off. 14 days off, man. You know what I mean? So it's a mad one. Big up Sophia in the building, by the way. Big up Sophia. Big up to yourself. Guys, make sure go subscribe to Sophia Football Talk as well. Drop her a subscription as well. But yeah, T.
Yes.
The all important moment, man. The all important moment, man. What's your starting 11 gonna be, man? What's your starting 11 gonna be for this game, man?
Oh, that's a good one. Who do we have available?
Bro,
let me look.
everyone, apart from Party, Timber,
Yeah.
Zinchenko.
Yeah, I'm sad that Party is not gonna make this game. I would have hoped that he was gonna make this game. But yeah, I think I will go with what I said last game, with the Jorginho Rice midfield. I think that would be the play, because we're gonna have the ball a lot, because they are gonna have a low block, park the bus, everything. And I think us controlling the ball would be vital. And I think Havertz, with his 27 touches, is not going to be the one for this game. I think Jorginho would be the better choice for that controlling part. So I would go, Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Zinchenko if he's fit. Too bad that Tomiyasu is going to win the Asian Cup, because Japan are balling right now. And Okay, yes. So Zinchenko, Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard, just the standard. Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli again. I think it's time to give Martinelli a chance again. I think because he had the break, maybe he can pick up his form again also. And I think our starting 11, our main front three need to get their rhythm straight. So I think that's why I would play them all three instead of benching one of them, Martinelli, for example, because normally I would bench Martinelli because of his form. But I think it's important for them to pick up their form again, so I would start them all three against Crystal Palace because it's important to pick up their form again, like I said.
Yeah, no, listen. For me, it's pretty simple, man. For me, it's pretty simple. I think for me, I need to go into the starting 11. I do agree with you. That midfield would be the best midfield to go with. Um, the back is listen. The back four, we're gonna have to go with Kivio at the back. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to. I don't think there's any other option. Zinchenko, I don't think it's fit.
Oh, he's not fit.
Yeah, sorry, going by the presser. He's not fit, I don't think.
Okay, well, I would say
Yeah,
Kivior as well then. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna go with Ryan goal. Gonna go Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel. Yeah, Saliba, Gabriel, I say Zinchenko. Kivior at left back. Midfield, I'm gonna go with the same midfield as you. Which was which was um Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard. And then for the front three, I'm gonna go with Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. I agree. I think hopefully, well, when I do that, I'm hoping that Martinelli is back in form and can really. Like, I hope this break has done good for him. Do you know what I mean? I really hope this break has done good for him, man. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I hope he's able to do good. Um, but yeah, that is my starting 11, and let's just finish off. It's a bit of a short stream today, to be honest, because we didn't have that many people with us. But um, we'll end off with your score predictions. What are your score predictions for this game, my brother?
Um, I don't think it will be a comfortable game.
Mm.
I think it could be like a 2-1 close game, us scoring in the 80th minute or something, the 2-1. I think something like that could happen this game. So I will go with my gut and say 2-1 for to the Arsenal. Let's hope we can go back to our winning ways.
Yeah, listen. For me, I'm going with a 2-0 win. I think we will keep a clean sheet. I think they're missing a few players in their attack. Missing Elise, like I said, they're missing Jordan Ayew. So I think we will keep a clean sheet in this game. And we have to. We have to. There's no way it should be scoring against us when they're missing a lot of their good players. Uh, for me, I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal. I think we will score 2 goals. Um, at this point, it's also I'm just hoping and praying that we do, because listen, we haven't been the best in front of goal, and I'm hoping
Hmm.
that this break really has changed something for them. I'm hoping that it's filled the players with confidence. I'm hoping that the players are looking more ready to take on the games. And I really hope that they're ready to take it on and win the game for us. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, anyway, that is it for today's stream. T, thank you very much for joining me. It was a quick one
Yo,
for the
big up. Thank you for
preview
having me.
for the Palace game. Big ups to you. Big ups to everybody in the chat. Big up to Sophia. Big up to Tash. Big up to Skullx. Big up to JD Willie. Big up to Hugo. Big up to uh, who else was in it? Ozan. Big up to Arsenal for life. Achi, Zayn. Big ups to all you people, man. Thank you very much. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure you're smashing it, not hitting it, smashing it. Make sure you're also smashing the subscribe button. hit that subscribe button for me. Also, make sure to hit that button if you are watching on the replay. I know a lot of you like to watch on a replay, so make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribe button for me. Thank you very much for tuning in with us, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace out, people. Laters.